Howdy, howdy.
How's everyone today?
Good.
I like your backdrop. Where are you located?
Today I'm outside of my house because where my office is has been blocked off. So I
Everything is
wasn't.
shut.
So now I'm working from home. So we have like a little pool, like a shared pool,
Nice,
and I'm
nice.
at the pavilion. Luckily, there's nobody out here, so. But my one speaker's
Looks
not.
nice. Looks nice. Yeah, it's everybody's working from home right now. I feel like I'm under house arrest.
Yeah, exactly. But we're all in it together, right?
Exactly, exactly.
All right, let me get this connected to Facebook. I just upgraded my Zoom account. Now I have all these new options here. We're gonna share it to the group. I gotta go. Weekly Q&A. Live. All right, looks like that's live. Awesome. Does it sound like I have a lot of background noise? No? Awesome. Well, that is because, and I'm gonna grab something for you guys. If you haven't heard of this thing called Crisp, it's like the most magical app I've ever found. It kills background noise. So I'm going to drop it into the chat here. And the cool part is it's free. So that's my referral link. So if you create an account, it extends your trial for like 3 months or something. So all you need is just get one person to click through and it's free. It just keeps going and going. So feel free to strip my referral out of there, but I highly recommend Crisp. It's like the most magical app I've ever seen. It works remarkably well.
What's going on, everybody?
Alex.
Hey, Alex.
How's everyone doing today?
Answers.
Yeah, I'd heard about this, but I hadn't tried it yet, so I'm glad you recommend it, because sometimes I don't want to waste time and just to find out it's not going to work.
Especially now when we're all like home and the kids are running around and there's TVs on or whatever, it does a really good job.
Cool, thank you.
Hey everyone, how's it going? What's up, Chase?
Paulson, what's going on?
Not a pinata.
I'm getting to the point where I'm gonna have to start going hats soon too.
I literally wear a hat because I haven't gotten a haircut in like 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
Nobody has.
I've cut my son's hair. It looks pretty good.
Awesome.
Oh. Well,
Nice.
he's lucky. I had to suffer through a lot of bad mom haircuts when I was young.
Yeah. My husband said, stop doing it.
Yeah, nice. How's everyone doing?
Good.
Okay, good.
All right, so we're live on Facebook. Great. So as we talked about last week, we're gonna start theming more calls throughout the week. So these Wednesday calls are really up to you guys, wherever you want to go with it. So I'll plug Friday's call with Rand Fishkin. That's going to be awesome. If you don't know who Rand is, he's a legend in the industry. So we're lucky to have him join us. He's got a new company now called Spark Turo. That's a really interesting tool for market research and prospecting. And that's going to be a really good chat. So same time, Friday too, if you can join us, it's going to be great. The other thing that we're going to start doing, and I think I mentioned this on the last call, is we're going to fill in the gaps with live builds. So me or somebody else from the team will just hop on a Zoom and we'll throw it out there like, hey, what are we building today? And it'll be an opportunity for you guys to say, oh, I would love help building a landing page for car dealership. All right, great, let's do it. And we'll start building away. So those should be fun as well. But as far as today's call, we can go ahead and open it up. Anybody come in with any questions that they want to get answered right off the bat? I saw a couple of hands go. Go ahead, Mary.
I have a quick question. Hi. Since I'm pretty new, I'm just going through all the setup stuff, but this should be simple.
Welcome.
I would like to create my own terms of use, but I cannot get yours. So like when I go to the login page and I click terms and conditions, it gives me a 404 error. And I've escalated this
website.
Yeah, I've escalated this a couple ways and I haven't gotten what you have already. I'm sure you have something.
We do. I'll have to check with Robin as to whether we're ready to send that page live. But Mary, let me get can you private message me and Zoom your email?
Sure.
And I'll make sure that we get them over to you.
Thank you.
Sure.
And Mary, send it to me.
Yeah.
We share everything.
Yeah. I have created my
nice.
first website and it was very exciting. I think it looks great.
Nice. Awesome. We'd love to see it. I love your background, by the way. Yeah, shoot me your email before I forget so I can make a note of that. And I'll make myself a task here. All right, cool. Got it. All right. What else? What else? Just got a question. Melissa, did you put your hand up when?
I didn't, but I always have things.
Okay, fire away.
Probably the most pressing thing for me is knowing when we're going to be able to give people the answers about with the analytics from the standpoint of who's opening my emails, who isn't. Any luck on that, or are we still looking at maybe the end of the month for that?
I'm pretty sure we're still, whatever we heard last week is the same.
Okay.
It looks like Robin probably had to jump on a call real quick, but when he pops back, we'll double check.
Yeah, last time we spoke about it, we're shooting towards the end of the month.
That's kind of what I thought. Yeah. Okay.
And you're talking about reporting, right?
Yeah, just the basic email reporting is what everybody's curious about. But and then as far as the website, I know we were working on some stuff yesterday, and there were one thing I noticed, and I didn't have time to put a ticket in yet, but the 2-page order form is not one of the elements. It wasn't yesterday, one of the elements available. Is there a reason for that, or just got missed?
In the website builder, is that what you mean?
Yeah.
No, as far as I know, this should be there.
Okay. I can look again.
So you're saying it was in funnel builder, but not in website?
Correct.
Interesting.
It was the only thing I saw that wasn't there. I was going to show somebody something and I went, oh, it's not there.
I'll have to make a note of that.
Still want it on there. That it wouldn't be just a funnel thing.
Sorry, what was the question?
Oh, just when I was tinkering around in the website builder yesterday, I noticed that the two-step order form was not one of the elements.
Yeah, the idea is that you drive payments to a funnel.
Okay.
All right. Well, there's our answer. Robin, the other question that we had, when you jumped is Any updates to the analytics timeline? Are we still looking at end of month?
Yeah, I saw some of the demos. We're looking really good with Facebook. Email is coming along very well. As we're trying to clean up some of the SMTP issues, just because we're using so many different providers and how we're tracking that. But yeah, we're still on track for the end of the month.
Okay, thank you.
Robin, can you talk to us about the new trigger to analytics conversions? Or sorry, for AdWords conversions?
Yeah.
Are you up to date on that one?
Kind of. I mean, the concept is very simple. It's if you're running Google AdWords, you want to be able to track when specific actions happen, and it pulls back into your Google Ads reports, and it helps from an optimization perspective. You can start figuring out which ads are running better. Typically with AdWords, it's very, as long as they make it to the thank you page, that's called a conversion. Our goal, what we're trying to do is focus on true attribution down to the sale. So, the first step is once it comes into HighLevel, you can create a trigger. Let's say if they do a purchase or even a phone call. So it's after the thank you page, right? It could be a certain disposition after, a minute on the call, which that's what we're getting to. It could be that they respond back via text, whatever the trigger action could be. You can then update that back into Google. Not only can you see it from an analytics perspective there, but you can also optimize your ads based on that action as well. So it's creating a longer tail story of how every user comes in, mostly through paid ads.
And so this is on my list to dig into and make a help doc video about. Is it just all dependent on going into integrations and connecting to the AdWords account, and then the rest kind of just happens by itself from the trigger?
Yes, that's right.
Cool. Awesome. German, go for it. German, I think you're still on mute. Are you still there?
Oh, sorry about that. Hey guys, how's it going? Thanks a lot
Hey.
for having me on here. Just wanted to ask a real quick question. It's kind of two-part question, and they're kind of unrelated too, though. So it'd be two different questions. So one of them would be that I'm trying to scale a little bit. So I want to start, getting the fulfillment aspect taken care of through the marketplace there on HighLevel. So I want to start, so right now I got a sales team that I'm training this month so that we can really get them honed in on how to just focus on selling and having you guys focus on the fulfillment aspect of it. So that way I can just focus my time in getting more and more sales people to sell more and more stuff, and then having you guys do most of the fulfillment. So what I want is just, who do I need to talk to give more clarity on how that fulfillment process works, so I can walk my sales team through it so that they can explain it, just in case questions happen to come about where like they want to know every step of the process of how it's going to be handled. I know there's a little bit of information and some PDFs on there, but I would like a little bit more clarity on how that process works and who do I need to talk to so I can kind of notate that process and then build it into my sales training.
Yeah, so I can make it really easy. Book a time on speakwith.us/whitelabel, and you're going to talk to Paulson on the team. He's actually on this call as well, and he'll walk you through that whole process. And maybe it makes sense to set up a session with your whole team so the team can also ask questions and stuff like that as well.
Beautiful.
Hey, German.
Beautiful.
Hey, German, talk to the Paulson guy.
Okay, perfect.
Cool.
Paulson?
And are you in our Slack?
I am in the Slack.
Yeah, so you can ping Paulson there as well.
I'll go ahead and send you a personal message, German. If you don't mind, what is your last name?
Tirado, T-I-R-A-D-O.
Okay. I'm gonna send you a personal message so you can reach out to. We can chat on there personally. We can go through all the different items on marketplace and go from there. What industry are you serving right now, and what are some of the projects that you were looking at?
Right now, I mean, to be honest with you, we want to, do like law firms and like people that, like people that are going to be able to pay this, the prices that we want to ask for. So we
Gotcha.
want to just focus on those, and just people that can actually afford to pay it. So we have this tool that gives us like real good data, like Zoom Info, and then there's also other like data aggregators that are going to be like useful for our sales team to really talk to the people that are going to be able to afford this thing. So that's what I want to focus on. I want to focus on training them to get it done, and I want to step away from doing the implementation. Like, I know how to do all that stuff, and I love doing it. It's just that it's not scalable. It's just not
Yeah.
scalable. I need to shift that over to you guys, and that way everyone can I can scale, and you guys can also get a little bit too.
Yeah, I mean, that's a great perspective. I mean, there's two main options. There's a la carte basis, product by product options on white label, and also you have niche specific prepackaged lead generation packages that you can sell to your clients under rush packs. And for you on legal, we already have a legal rush pack that you can take a look at. So yeah, I'll be happy to kind of help you navigate that.
Perfect. And also, kind of the second part of the question that kind of ties into it. And I'm sorry, guys, I don't mean to take up all you guys' time. I'll get off real quickly. I just we are trying to sell the real estate rush pack because we're launching an app that's specifically focused on for sale by owners. So what we're going to do is we're going to get real estate agents like an app that they can use so they can contact people that are already selling their homes. So like the statistic behind it, and the reason why we built this out was because 9 out of 10 sellers ultimately use a real estate agent to sell their home. So we worked on an app that's going to put them directly in contact with people that are already trying to sell their home. And having the agent just build rapport, build a relationship with them, so that way they can ultimately be the person that they choose when it comes down to time to, like when they become a statistic, so to speak, and they become part of that 9 out of 10 people that use an agent to sell their home, that the agent that reaches out to them is the one that's going to get picked for that position, right? So that's what the app does. So I have, and when we get sales on that, what we're going to do is we're going to sell them, upsell them the real estate rush pack, right? So we're going to already be on the phone with real estate agent, selling them a very low ticket item with the app, and then we're going to go ahead and upsell them the real estate rush pack. That's the idea here. So I wanted some insight, like, as this is going to be the first app launch that I do. So I wanted some insight on that from the group, and maybe you guys can give me some best practices on how to do that so that we can get this done successfully.
Yeah, absolutely. Just if you don't mind, what problem does your app solve in the market for realtors?
It solves the problem of getting them listings. So like, when you're a real estate agent, you either have a buyer or a seller, right? I can do lead gen all day and get them a bunch of buyers, right? But the seller campaigns are usually a lot harder to do. So what it solves is that it gets them on the phone with people that are already going to be selling their home. They're already selling their home. They're doing it themselves. However, 9 out of 10 of those people will ultimately use a real estate agent to sell their home. So that's the connection that we're trying to bridge right there, is that have them be that person that's going to be there when the person succumbs to those statistics.
Got it. Yeah. So it may not necessarily be a rush pack that you may need. Maybe what you need is maybe Facebook ads or Google ads separately on its own as well. I'll be able to set up a time with you, and we can navigate through those business processes, and I can help you kind of decide which way to swing.
Perfect. But as far as the launching the app, though, that's kind of where my second question comes in. Like, any insight, any tips, tricks, best practices on how to on doing a successful app launch? Because right now, what I'm I'll share with you what I'm doing. I'm gonna get a team of like 5 or 6 salesmen to get on the phone with all the realtors in America and get them to buy the app. That's what I'm gonna do. So is there anything else that I can do, to do it in a different way? Maybe another avenue that I can explore?
Yeah, I'll be happy to give you some insights once I can see the app and kind of understand what it solves, and how you have it set up for your audience. So it's hard for me to kind of visualize based on what you're telling me. how you should go about marketing that. But I'm happy to just set up a time with you and go through it with you. Would that be okay?
Sure, that's fine.
Okay,
Also,
great.
just a quick question. A friend of mine has a free free training on how to market your app. Basically, you've launched your app, now what? And so if you want, just PM me and I'll get you a link to that free training.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. I
You're
really
welcome.
do. Thank you.
Yeah, and that was Melissa Blair that you want to reach out to. I don't know if you're watching the Zoom or not.
Let me go ahead and send her a private message right now.
Yeah, there you go.
Awesome. All right, we got some other questions piling in here. Chris, is there an easy way to move my current WordPress website over to HighLevel from another provider, like a Staples That Was Easy button? We do have that. It's Paulson. Again, no, our white label service team offers migration. So again, you can hop into the agency level of your account, go to the marketplace, and you'll see website migration service. And Paulson's team is the one that takes care of that. So if you have any other questions, he's the guy to check with.
Are there any videos yet out there for self-migration, if that's something that somebody wants to do? Or do we have to be the only people that migrate? Robin?
As far as migration goes, if you're good with coding HTML, using the drag and drop builder, using CSS, you should be able to migrate it yourself. And to be honest, that's what our team does. Basically, we have developers on standby on the services team who is basically replicating it using our builder. So it's not something that you can't do. It's just if you want to do it yourself, you can do it there. But we just have a dedicated team that handles that. That's what they enjoy and that's what they love.
And I think our live build sessions, this is a great example. Like if you're the person who's suggesting the idea for the day, we could just go to a website and start replicating it. I'm not a developer, so it'll be a good way to see somebody who can't code that can get really far as far as replicating in HighLevel, just using a bunch of little tools that I think will be really beneficial to pick up along the way, like how to find a color code, how to determine something's size. We'll do a lot of inspecting of elements and stuff like that. So I think those will be fun, and I think people will learn a lot from them, and you'll be able to do way more sort of self-replication migration stuff on your own. Kyle, getting ready to send my first bulk request for mass SMS. I'm planning on sending about 10,000 SMS messages. What are the limitations per hour of sending? Thanks. It's 15 per minute?
15 per minute.
Okay, Kyle, so they're going to go out 15 per minute. So just plan accordingly.
Sure. Is there a way to stop that? Because I don't want to send after 6. So if I send today, I'd have to do the math. Should I just cut my number down to X amount today and then manually do another request tomorrow?
No, what you could do is actually with the campaign, just set a when and set the time period. Yeah, okay. And it'll just queue up, and then when it's time for the next round, it will kind of go from there.
Killer. Okay. And then
cool. So it does stop midway, Rob?
Yeah. I mean, basically, what a when campaign, when you have a campaign in when, it basically just queues it all up. When it's in that time period, it starts pushing it through that campaign.
Oh, that's awesome. That's great. Yeah. And then if my list is 28,000, but I only initially want to send 10, do we have a strategy for that, or should I just add some tag to the first 10,000 of that list?
Yeah, to just tag it. That's going to be the easiest. Use a smart list and be able to filter down and tag it.
Yeah, I don't really have much of a filter for it, so I just wanted to break it. I don't want to send 28,000. I want to do 10,000 as a test, and then do another 10,000 with a different offer to kind of A/B test what we're doing. So, but the whole list is 28,000. There's not really like a way to filter it. So maybe just create a tag for the first 10,000. Would that be like a good strategy?
Yep.
Okay.
Man, you have a really cool camera. Like, what is your?
I was just gonna say.
Oh, it's
tethered.
Who's the videographer?
Yeah, I'm using I use Cam Twist and something called Camera Live to make like my DSLR webcam, because I have a nose that points up a little bit, and webcam style, you just see right into my brain, and I don't want anybody to know my secret. So
what are those pieces on? I need to look this up.
Oh yeah, dude, it's You know, it's funny. I just figured this out like yesterday. This is my first try. It's a camera live if you have a Canon camera. And then the other one is cam twist.
Nice.
I wonder how.
Oh, so you're using a DSLR.
Yeah, yeah.
Got it.
Yeah. So
Nice.
I guess that's the thing at the end of the day. It's just like, you know, $2,500 to get this look, but if I don't cut my hair, what's the point, right?
Hey, man, it looks awesome.
Thanks, man. It's good. It's my first test.
Hey,
Nice.
you got the sign of approval from me if that means anything.
Awesome. Thanks.
Have you guys seen, so as we're all sort of stuck at home and more people are doing Zoom lives with each other, I've been on, taking note of some creative setups that people have going. And man, Will Smith has just been dominating social media. And his latest Instagram post, he has like a studio set up where he's now doing Zoom interviews, but it projects on sort of a screen behind it. It's really cool. I would just check that out if you're into creative setups.
Yeah, he did one.
I still don't
Jada
exactly
Smith.
know. I was trying to like dissect, like, how's he doing it? How is that set up? And I didn't have enough time to think it through. But
It's not a projector, right?
it looks like a projector because the quality of it looks like a projection, but yet it's only projecting one of his streams. So it's not projecting his feed, only his guest's feed. So it's a really cool way he has it set up. And it's a way, I was like, wow, that's the first like one-on-one Zoom setup I've seen that actually looks really like a show.
Yeah. We
So
gotta have Will Smith
check it
running
out.
for that.
Maybe. We had, okay, so someone sent me a private message. I think this is a good segue to talk about it publicly, though. We're really close to, Akash almost has the new partner, I don't know what we're going to call it, partner portal or area that you're going to see. And basically it will enable you to become a partner, get a partner badge, and list yourself in a filterable environment, which is our first step towards our certified partner program, which will come later. But the idea is you'll be able to go there and you'll be able to filter by like, okay, I want to see high-level partners that specialize in SEO. And then bang, you'll be able to see them all and then contact them if you like what you see in their profile. So if you are, go ahead, Robin.
I was gonna say, yeah, we're doing some really cool stuff on there. So, as you become a partner, we'll actually give you a profile page that you can link out. So if you're talking to somebody, you do custom configurations or snapshots or something like that, you can use your badge, link it out to your profile page, and we really want you to promote it, put it out there as we build out kind of the next level of what Chase is talking about, which is our certified partner program. I think over time we'll build it out, doing more stuff to where you can offer snapshots, you can offer funnel templates and things like that. It's probably, phase 2, phase 3 down the line, but we're really excited. We'll probably be reaching out to a handful of people over the next couple of weeks to, talk to them about the program and, make sure that as we roll it out, there's a good list of people that's on there. So reach out to us if that's something that you're interested in. I think we have a form that's out there, Chase. But feel free to reach out to me, reach out to Chase, and we'd love to talk to you if you're interested in joining that partner program.
Yeah, definitely. Feel free to Slack me direct if you want to be in that first group that goes out. All right, let me check Facebook and see if we have any questions over here.
Hey, Chase, sorry to real quick while you're looking.
Yeah, go for it.
Just an add on to the question. Is there any way you guys can think of that I could select 10,000 out of a 28,000 list without finding some data to filter it?
Is your file a CSV format?
Yeah, you know what? It is. It's already uploaded into the system.
Yeah, if it is, you can add another column within the CSV format and just tag portions of it. So like if I have like a monthly sequence that I'm pushing out, and I just want a small segment going every single day, I'll do the first 100 at day 1. The second tag will be from 100 to 250 at day 2, and I'll just launch those tags each day, so I don't have to even worry about uploading every single list every single day.
So just new column. Yeah, you guys you guys know HighLevel really well. Awesome. Thanks, guys.
Heard of it.
Zach, membership update. Robin, anything? We're still looking at end of April, maybe?
Yeah, no, I actually saw a demo of it. It's coming along really well. We've basically, we're looking at Kajabi, Teachable, things like that, and replicating it. Anish and Ashutosh and we have one new developer who's also working on it as well. So we're trying to roll it out as quick as possible. Right now, it's slated end of the month. But as we get closer, that's where, we as a team start ripping it apart, figuring out all the bugs and issues and stuff. So if it passes through QA, we'll be able to roll it out, the end of this month going into May. If it might take a little bit longer, we might roll it into beta and then we'll invite a couple of users to test it out. We will have some other news surrounding it over the next week or so. So be on the lookout for that. We're going to be doing a big push for it. Don't want to give out too much info on it, but just be on the lookout. We have some exciting stuff over the next couple of weeks around that.
Nice.
Sorry,
There was a follow-up
teaser.
question. There was a follow-up question. What is memberships?
Yeah, so if you're using something like a Teachable, Kajabi, we have a lot of users who are on ClickFunnels. Basically, we are building it so that you can actually have that within HighLevel. And the cool thing is, when we talk about attribution down to the very end, you can now get them into the product. We have a lot of people who are actually pivoting into courses right now. We're seeing a lot in the fitness space. If you were an agency that sold a lot to gyms and stuff, the big push right now from a pivot perspective is offering courses or helping that gym create courses with a membership platform, right? You could do those exercises at the home, some training and stuff like that. I think after COVID, the whole shelter in place and all that ends, you will see kind of just more courses that's out there. A lot of businesses are shifting into that model. So we wanted to be kind of at the forefront of that with that new shift. And us as agency owners, we're the ones that's actually going to be the one doing the hard work and building it out for our clients. So having it all in one place is really what we're trying to build out.
I already put it in the idea file, but you know that a lot of people are going to want an affiliate program once that rolls.
Yeah, that's probably going to be something that will, so kind of from a development play, it's going to be, we're going to roll out the training program, and then we'll start rolling out bugs and bug fixes and things like that. We're going to move some of the team back to the funnel builder and the website builder to bring that up to level, because those essentially have to integrate all in one. And then from there, we'll see where the community wants to take us from there. And I don't see the affiliate program being too far off the roadmap.
Okay, thank you.
Just because that is a natural progression, right?
Yeah.
I have a quick question about that. Will it be that you will host all the videos, or will it be like, ClickFunnels has this membership site where you have to host the videos either on YouTube or Vimeo or so, and it just point to it, or will they actually be hosted in HighLevel's environment?
Yeah, right now we are just building up the platform. I think eventually we want to get into hosting video. There's a lot of complexity that goes behind it, as well as cost of resources and things like that. So we haven't made a full decision on how we're going to do it. I mean, right out the gate, just from a speed of execution, we'll probably have it to where you link back your videos similar to ClickFunnels. But I think over time, we will look at hosting it internally. We want to make sure that the resources, the speed, and everything is effective behind it.
Gotcha. Thanks.
And I have a question about Mailgun and this little toggle button for email validation on each one of these. Because I'm doing a lot of email marketing, and we talked about this on the last call. What if I also have customers in my account doing heavy email marketing? Do I want to set them up with their own Mailgun? And can you explain this email validation trigger here?
Yeah, so the email validation, what it does is we actually, if you have that turned on, it actually takes the email address, it'll take it to Mailgun, and what Mailgun does, they have their own process and protocol in making sure that it's a good email address.
Okay.
We then take that address and put it into our master database, so that hypothetically in somebody's account somewhere in the world has validated that email, it's not going to trigger back to a Mailgun because you've already done it at once. So we're basically trying to crowdsource this email validation as a whole.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's really kind of the process that we have behind it.
And so I'm guessing I should turn this on because I haven't heard of anybody actually using
Yes.
it.
So there are people that use it. Now there is a increase in cost. Mailgun charges, I believe, like 1 cent, or there's some cost associated to doing that email validation. If you're doing cold emailing, things like that, highly recommend doing it depending on how good the list is. Like if you're not sure how good the list is, you probably want to turn that on, because if you actually come from the IT space, Chris, so like if you send out a lot of bad emails, your authority and reputation in emails drop.
Right.
So you don't want to have that affected. And with Mailgun, if you're getting a ton of bounces and rejections and things like that, they will ban you on there. So they also want to protect their reputation as well.
So is there any way to pull a log of these bounce emails within HighLevel and not have to go out to Mailgun and do a comparison with my list and fix all those bad email addresses?
So what we do in HighLevel is you'll see it where it turns the email address red, and we will prevent it from sending out emails there. Once we do the email reporting capabilities, you'll be able to pull those stats as well.
Okay. Because right now I'm printing out the Mailgun logs, trying to find the contact, and changing it. And
Got it. Yeah, now I hear you.
at the level of email marketing that I'm doing now, cold emailing, it's a very tedious task.
Yeah, it's not fun, but then again, the science of cold emailing, they call it a science for a reason.
Yeah. Thank you.
No problem.
All right, next up, Laura, how do I get on Slack?
Go highlevel.com/Slack, and then you can sign up, and it'll automatically bring you into the channels.
Jim, I tried putting the contact name on a thank you page and it would not go. Did something change? Okay, so Jim's talking about personalization, using a personalization code on a thank you page. The first thing you need to know, Jim, is to make sure that your form has sticky contacts turned on. That needs to be on for the data to carry over and for the personalization code to fire. And I think it would also work if they go through a survey, right, Robin? So a form or a survey to a thank you page, you can push that name so it says, thank you, Chase, and it's kind of like, oh, wow. Can have a really nice effect. But sticky contacts has to be turned on in order for that to happen.
Yep. And I think there's some people in the community like Tom Bristol and Fair Patel who are actually doing some additional coding on top of it based on your URL parameters as well. So you might want to check their stuff out. And there's a lot of other people. Those are just the people I can think of off the top of my head. But it's a really cool feature if you're just trying to build that personalization and things like that. Mostly if you're doing stuff on mobile or iPad based, it just I've seen it where it's someone where they have an iPad at a restaurant or something like that. You have a form there to join their restaurant giveaway or raffle or whatever, and the thank you page does the insertion. It just makes it feel like an actual platform software instead of it being browser based and you built it out in HighLevel through a funnel.
All right, next we have Jason. I'm having some problems getting the new Google Analytics trigger to push calls into Google Analytics. Can you talk about how that needs to be set up?
I think
go for it,
I was going to say, I think the best thing to do is get on a call with our support rep and also make sure that Akash is on the call. He's the one that built it up, or it's Snehal, one of the two. But they will actually work with you to make sure that it's set up correctly.
Okay, actually,
yeah, Jason said he has 2 tickets open, so.
I've done that 2 times, so I don't know if there's a way I can get a little extra.
What are the ticket numbers? We can help push that through. Or do you just want to ping me those ticket numbers and I can help?
Yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah.
Sure.
So that's another one that is on my list to make a more in-depth video than the rollout video that Sean posted. So Jason, yeah, I would be going through it the same as you. But from what I saw in the video, you just have to have your ID in there and then define the event, and it should push through. So we'll get that taken care of for you. All right, that's the end of the comments so far.
Do you have any agency owners who've kind of gone strictly the SaaS route of maybe, providing courses, training their end users, and just leasing out the software instead of?
Yeah, people are just raising their hand. Yeah, no, there's quite a few, and Melissa and Mary are successful at doing it.
So Melissa and Mary, do you set up a separate Twilio and Mailgun account for each one of those?
I didn't starting out, but I'm going to be switching to that, mainly because I started out working with solopreneurs, so I really knew it wasn't going to be a big deal. And for the most part, it really isn't. But I think going forward, I want to start getting, I don't know about Mailgun. I do use the email checking, and I like that because then I know that we're staying as clean as possible. But yeah, kind of went all over the place with stuff, and now I do want to get people switched over to their own Twilio. I was afraid to give them one more decision to make. Well, now, I mean, what we give them is so amazing that if they have to sign up for their own Twilio, it shouldn't be a big deal.
Right. Do you get a lot of tech questions though when you go that SaaS route?
Yes. Yes, that is probably one of the biggest thing that happens. Most of them are pretty easy to solve, and then if I can't solve it, then I turn to my gal Abby, and she's great at getting things sorted out. I don't have to go to her very often, which is good, but she, I like knowing that she's there. I bought Matt Phillips white label videos, and so that helps a lot. And then we make a lot of our own videos as well. And then usually I was holding an open office hour 1 day a week. Now, over the last 3 weeks, I've been doing it every day because people are now more than ever saying, oh crap, I need to get this figured out. And so they're asking a lot of good questions there. But yeah, I mean, it's a lot of training, a lot of hand holding. Yeah, that's where, between selling and training, I mean, that's where I'm spending all my time.
I think this is a good example of why we created the premium support. So having Abby at your side, if you're gonna go that full in that direction, I would highly recommend that, because then you get to jump to the front of the support line when you have.
We really had a bug yesterday. I sent it off to Abby. She had it fixed by the end of the day, even before then. And then we found out there was still a bug. And again, by this morning, it was fixed and rolled out, and the customer's thrilled. So, like I said, I try not to use her unless I really need her. But when I do need her, she's there.
Well, we love hearing that.
Yeah, she's great.
Well, thank you.
Melissa, do you want to drop the name? I was trying to think of it, and you said it. The person who's got a bunch of white label support videos.
Matt Phillips.
Hey, Sean.
He's out of Australia.
And my man, Matt, if you've never met Matt, he's just worth getting on a phone call to talk to. He's like the nicest dude ever.
He is the nicest dude ever, other than you, Sean.
No, I think Matt's got me beat. He's got the I can never do the accent. That's
well, he's got. I always tell him because I've got a lot
you just can't beat the accent.
Yeah,
that's the problem.
Matt's doing the videos, so everybody wins.
Yeah, exactly. He's done a great job on those videos, and I'm super happy. I mean, he charges for them, but I mean, I think they're very much worth it. He knows that someday we're going to get back around to that, but in the meantime, I'm so thankful that he's done those because I think they've helped a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
Me too.
Nice. Check him out. Does he have those on a URL somewhere, or is just find him in the community?
He just has a post in the group that sometimes seems to surface.
Yeah.
Just search that.
Do you want to see magic?
Yeah.
You gotta look for the magic post.
He He uses Live Agent to push it out, so you have to have Live Agent to keep it updated. But if you don't have Live Agent, then you have to figure out a way to put those out anyway. I had already had Live Agent, so it worked out well for me there. But then my daughter's working for me now that she's home from college, and so I've got her doing videos. And...
Slave labor. I mean, an
no, she's not
cheap labor. Cheap labor.
She's awesome. She has got this. In the first week, she was already booking Zoom calls with my clients and helping them. I love it.
Well, she's got to pay off that college tuition somehow. Put it to work.
Go back.
Do you guilt her for like, I raised you and I paid for all your meals and things? I'm just trying to figure out if I can do that when my son is older.
I've got 3 kids and she's the only one this fit for. So she's a mini me. She's a mini me.
That's awesome.
Some people don't think so.
Well, those people just are just confused. That's what I always tell myself.
Yeah, no, she's it is. It's just a lot of answering questions. A lot of ridiculous questions, which amazes me because it seems so obvious, but you just have to be patient.
I tell myself all the time.
Yeah, I bet you guys. Now I feel guilty for when I first started.
It's so obvious. That's how I always try to start off support calls that way. Isn't that obvious?
Don't you see it?
Well, my daughter's motto, and this cracks me up because I'm very nurturing and all that. Her motto is, stupid and lazy, I can charge for.
Yeah, there you go.
So if you're going to be stupid and lazy, I'm going to charge you.
That's hilarious.
Bright future ahead of that one.
Yeah, right.
You got to make a shirt.
As long as she doesn't tell people that, she'll be fine.
No, it's just between us two. But I'm like, oh my God. And she goes, I know, stupid and lazy, we're charging for.
Yeah, you got to make a shirt with that slogan on there. You'll make a lot of money.
Why do I feel like it's out there someplace? Cafe Press, here we come.
Yeah.
That's good. Hey, we have another question in Facebook about, and I've seen this a few times. Good question. Document storage.
Yeah. So
I think it ties into membership land.
No. Well, yes and no. So with memberships, there will be storage of documents. But in general, I think adding a file component is super smart. So what we'll have is once the memberships go live, which is extremely raw, by the way. I just totally stole this off my programmer's code repo without permission. So, but once these go live, we will you'll be able to put files onto memberships, but you'll also be able to put files into forms and surveys, which I think are going to be super important. So I think the idea of bringing files into the contact record is super critical. So anyways.
Nice. So that will happen after the forms and
so right now, what is going to come out this week, which I am so excited about, and because it's super nerdy, and if you're like a hardcore marketer, you're totally going to get it. I'm sorry about my bad lighting. Anyways. No, it's just not going to work. Anyways, is form attribution. So we're going to be doing like the ability to track where every single opportunity came from all the way back down to the ad. So being able to go back to our clients and actually show them true ROI down to the ad or down to the Facebook ad set, it's going to be incredible. So I don't know what you want to call it, form attribution or source attribution or ROI. Oh, I should call it ROI tracking. I don't know, something cool. Anyways, that comes out this week. Then that person moves on to we're going to have a forms inbox and a survey inbox, so you can just see form submissions and survey submissions without going into the contact, what I think is going to be cool. And then I'm going to have them roll over to adding file uploads to the survey and the form, so we can start collecting that information on surveys and forms. So
awesome. That's very exciting.
Wonderful. What about the Panda Doc kind of idea?
Yeah. So let's go to the ideas list and check it out. So let's roll through that. So this month, marketing stats is scheduled to go live along with Facebook Facebook stats. So you'll see this hopefully next week. On the smart lists, we're going to roll out the ability to do our first bulk actions. They won't be email broadcasts and SMS, which I know is kind of a bummer. There'll be opportunity moves and stuff, which are still going to be useful. But this is going to be worked on also this month, I hope, and get out. I think that this SOP idea can actually get wrapped up into memberships, because I almost think like an SOP thing is almost like a free membership course. We'll see if that works out. But all this other stuff in the middle is not that difficult, so it'll probably get wrapped up in the next month. And then if we look at kind of the roadmap, PandaDoc is like right there. So I don't think PandaDoc will get actioned this month. Probably near the end of next month, it'll get started. And then the question is, like, what do we really need, right? So JavaScript, signature, pad. Like, is it as easy as this? Like, where, you know, you guys are going to upload static documents and I can be like, I can just like throw this little signature pad at the bottom and we can call it a day? Or, you know, like, what does that really mean? So I think it's going to be that'll be fun and interesting to look at all the different use cases of PandaDoc and that people really use and figure out what are people actually asking for here. So did I answer your question in a roundabout way?
Thank you.
No, says Mary.
We had an all caps no. I think she meant it's much more than just that, but
cool.
maybe
Okay,
Mary
yeah.
could-
I figured, but you know, but there's, you know, it's sort of trying to figure out, because we use PandaDoc ourselves actually for our HIPAA compliance rollout. So I think it'll be we have a little bit of experience in house, so I think that'll help. But yeah, it's just, the question is, I think in PandaDoc you can compose documents. I think the biggest technical lift, if I think about it, is the document composition. So the question will just be, you know, to what extent do we need to do document composition versus, you know, our documents already existing kind of thing. So anyways, we'll work on that in the next month or so.
I think your builder is already way better than what PandaDoc does. So,
well, hey, that's nice. I was gonna shout out Kyle, because he has like that trick camera thing where he like fuzzes the background and makes him like look all profesh.
Yeah.
The YouTube star.
Yeah, you know what it is? It's cool because like when I first saw these, I thought they were backgrounds, like those fake backgrounds, and they just gotten really good. But no, it just fuzzes your actual background, and it makes it look like it's like a cool spot, right?
Well, this isn't even cool software. It's just an actual lens. So it's
That's awesome. That's neat.
Just a camera. It'd be better if it was software. It'd be probably way cheaper and smarter.
Yeah, but my bet is it wouldn't look as nice, actually. My bet is the hardware is better than software. It's like, if you look at like an IP hard phone, like an IP hard phone will outperform the best, fastest computer every day of the week, because it's just dedicated to the task, right? Yeah. And it's funny, I mean, voice over IP has been out for 25 years or something crazy, right? And it's still dedicated hardware wins every time. So I think that's really cool. But yeah, so see, there you go. I think there's also ideas like that. Like, as we've created components like the builder, maybe there's already enough there to leverage that we won't have to really sweat it when it comes down to it.
Just signature and the certificate, you know, the digitally signed doodad. I think that's probably all you guys need. That's all I use PandaDoc for.
Well, see, there you go. That's what we'll do is, when we're ready, I'll throw a Facebook post out there and say, hey, everybody, we'll put together a Zoom meeting. We'll have people go kind of run through their use cases on it, and we'll see kind of what all of you do.
Sweet.
Anything else?
Yeah, who else has some questions here? We got about 10 minutes left. Unless Sean has any more secret intel he wants to talk about.
Well, I mean, we should talk about like the stuff that's on the secret list for release this week was the AdWords action, which is out. Oh, I didn't drop this yet. I'll put a little video out, but there's a notes trigger. So if anybody wants to trigger off of notes being taken on which, you know what, somebody actually literally this morning said, hey, is there a way to get notified when notes get taken? And I was like, yes, there is. So that's out. Early next week, we will have column sort in the smart list. So you'll be able to sort the columns ascending and descending. And we'll also have the opportunity bulk action. So you'll be able to say, like, take all the opportunities in this column and move them to that column. And I think you'll also be able to bulk reassign them to different people. So those are kind of I would say the sort of bigger things we're working on this week. And then memberships, of course, are a big focus for this month. And we're working really hard to get them out by the end of the month. They're going to be huge.
I have a question about security.
Go ahead.
About purity or security?
Security.
Okay, I was like,
so my wife's business, she collects driver's license and passport information and likes to upload it into a system. So credit card information as well.
Yep. Saw somebody doing that this morning on a forum. It blew me away.
Really? So I was wondering if that's, HighLevel secure enough to maintain that type of information.
Well, if it was just HighLevel, then no. I highly recommend you do not hire me for super securing anything, because I'm way too cavalier in my approach to things in life. But the good news is you don't have to rely on me. You can rely more on Google. So we build everything on Google, and if you look at Google's cloud security model, like, it's insane. So like, if you just Google cloud security, there's an entire website dedicated to all of the wonderful things they do. But I mean, like, out of the box, like the compliance level, like, for example, before we were ever HIPAA certified or HIPAA compliant, all the infrastructure we already used at Google was already HIPAA compliant, and it's SOC compliant, and it's PCI DSS compliant, all this other stuff. And you can read about it, but a lot of it just comes down to access. They take access very seriously, and they've done a great job bulletproofing that. They take encryption of data very seriously. So when, like, all the data that's sitting in any of the databases is all encrypted at rest. So if you were to, like, somehow get to our database, good luck, it wouldn't do you any good. It's all encrypted. And then also all the transmission throughout the systems. So when when different data is being shuttled between different places, it's all encrypted. So and they have some amazing case studies, and I mean, like, the city of Los Angeles uses Google, and Forrester uses them, and all kinds of, you can look at all of their different, like, healthcare compliance stuff, government, financial services, like, on and on and on. So they have some really, really, really good stuff. So in general, like, I think you'll be fairly safe. I mean, I'm not, there's no such thing as a guarantee in life, but I mean, if I was to personally choose the most secure cloud out there, I would choose Google, just because I think they've done such an awesome job working on the problem.
Now, what about just the entry level stuff of username and passwords, two-form authentication?
So we encrypt the password in our database ourselves, and then it's re-encrypted. So, like, if someone said, like, hey, Sean, could you go look up my password? I can't. I have no access to your password. In order to be HIPAA compliant, I'll show you kind of what we did here. So all of our all of our admins in our company, in order to like, pull up your account, even myself included, we have to use this specific special support portal. And in order to even get here, like, if you try to go to this URL right now, what you're going to get is you're going to get this page. And unless you have a HighLevel account and you're a HighLevel employee, you can't get access to it. And then it times out, like, insanely quickly. So, like, every 5 minutes I have to relog in. So we put all of these different checks in place to try to make sure that there's just no way to get at any of the data that we're serving out.
Yeah, I think she would feel more comfortable if she, got some kind of two-form authentication, like a text code or.
I absolutely agree with that. I mean, there's certainly more secure ways. I mean, like, I'm trying to think of who there are several cloud providers that, like, sort of live and breathe this sort of thing, and are built around the idea of heavier level compliance. It's a tough one because we're really focused on the marketing community, right? We're not trying to be a compliance system for financial services or for, whatever, credit cards or any of those other things. Those just aren't our use cases. We're not, and honestly, I hate that work anyways. I don't want to be involved in any kind of compliance stuff. You can have some other programmer who's, like, more boring than me do that. I mean, it's just not, I'm not interested. But I'd also say we're just ill fit as a company.
Yeah, I mean, I think, like, if you're trying to do credit card vaulting and stuff like that, look at Stripe. Like, that's what they do. They allow you to store credit cards on there, things like that. I think Don posted in the messaging about seeing the last four of the credit card. things like that.
Yeah,
I mean,
he's right too. There's like lots of rules around that stuff.
Yeah, and that's
not
becoming
that's not our bag.
Yeah, like that's being PCI compliant, DSS compliant, and all that. And I would recommend going to a company where that's what they focus on that.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
And you being a marketing agency, that's completely different bag of worms.
Honestly, that's why we have
cover.
Stripe integration, right? I mean, we have Stripe integrations because we don't want to vault credit card information. We don't want to pass around financial transactions. We know that Stripe has all that figured out for us.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, my wife is in the casino travel business, and all of our clientels are these multimillionaires. We hold their passport, their driver's license, their credit card, financial information. So we wouldn't want to have that information floating around out there.
Yeah, no, totally. I completely agree with that. And so, again, that's the kind of thing where I would, go find like a Dropbox that prides itself on security, right? Like I think, or something equivalent to that. I remember a long time ago, I think that was like Box's model. They were like the Dropbox, but they're highly secure.
Right.
And that was kind of their claim to fame. What else we got?
Once I saw a tweet of the CEO of Box retweeted some lady that was like, wait, you're telling me there's a company called Dropbox and a company called Box? And he was like, indeed there is, Mary. He's pretty good at Twitter.
I know, it's funny because I'm sure that there's a reason there, if I had to guess. I'm actually surprised they didn't get more trouble with that.
Let's see if we have any other Facebook questions here. If I use SendGrid, will I be able to see stats automation inside HighLevel, like with Mailgun?
Yeah, so with SendGrid, we will be able to do clicks, opens, replies. I'm trying to think if we get, we also will get bounces. I saw that question earlier, Chase. I think you answered that back. I'm pretty sure we're setting a bounce header in the emails that we send out. So I think they'll be able to get full statistics. I'm trying to think I might be wrong here, but just off the top of my head, I can't think of something you won't get by using other SMTP providers.
Cool. Paul, will there be more updates to the website builder?
Heck yeah. We've got, I pulled the funnel team off / website builder team off to do membership. So as soon as they're done with that, we'll circle right back around and keep on trucking. For now, we're going to focus heavily on more templates. So we're going to focus first on blowing out the website templates, and then we'll roll back to funnel templates. But roundabout, this time next month, we'll be back on the website builder. First up will be like specifying H1 tags and H2 tags and all that stuff. And then there's one other thing. Can't remember the other thing, but yes. Answer is yes.
Cool. Sherman, any word on GUI campaign builder?
On what? Google Campaign Builder? GUI.
No, GUI.
The workflow builder, yeah. It's definitely on our list. Trying to think of kind of where it falls in I think what's going to happen, realistically speaking, is about the second half of next month, we'll put a resource back on that.
Nice. So for people so I don't even know what GUI stands for. Maybe somebody can.
Graphical user interface.
Yep.
Okay, there we go.
Beat you to it.
Don't say you didn't learn anything today. Basically what that means is the campaign builder, instead of just being like a linear view, will be dragging. Okay. Yeah, let's go.
Why don't I just show people?
Oh yeah, so you're gonna steal more code? I love it when you do this.
Okay, hold on. Yeah, so first I gotta pull it up so it looks cooler when I share the screen. But yeah, so this is what it's gonna look like. So basically, as Chase is explaining, before I rudely interrupted him, that it's the ability to basically build campaigns and triggers in a visual way. And believe it or not, this is about half done already. We just need to come back in and expand on it a little bit. But yeah, in essence, it's the idea that you can then say, oh, I want to send an email. So you drag it out. And then as you can see, you can fork the flow. It's basically a combination of campaigns and triggers all on one screen. And I'm super excited about it, and I totally want to get it done. But I felt like memberships were more important to get done first. So that's why we're held up there.
I knew that was going to set off some fireworks in the comments. Yes, it's super cool. I think everybody's really excited for this. So it's nice to know that it's coming in the near future. All right, let's see. I think that's all the questions we got in Facebook. Did anybody else want to jump off mute?
Hey, Chase, this is Brett.
Hey, Brett.
Question. Hey, thanks, guys, for all what y'all are doing here. Great insights.
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, you bet. So we have an agency, and we work with several niches, and we're trying to. We just did a data upload, the whole group. I don't know, 5,000. And is it better to upload by niche and then tag at that upload, kind of start over?
No, it's better. It's better to tag in the CSV prior to upload, so that way when you upload, you can map over the tag column, and then you can just do it all in one shot.
Okay, so we uploaded everything, have the categories and subcategories, but they didn't seem searchable. So maybe I need to watch a video on that.
So if you roll over to Contacts Smart Lists, you should be able to really quickly nail down by tag. Do the contacts have the tags in them? When you look at them individually, do the tags properly upload?
Well, we created custom fields for the niche category labels.
Ah, okay. I would recommend, so you can totally do that, and that's great. And in fact, I don't know, 3 weeks from now, we'll actually probably have filtration by custom fields on, we will have filtration by custom field on the smart list. But in general, I would recommend tagging those people based upon those buckets. So that way you can do things like throw them into campaigns and so forth quickly and easily.
Right. So the only way then to do that is maybe upload by niche and then tag.
That's exactly what I would do. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
Don, can we assign or unassign people from contacts via smart lists?
That's kind of sort of what's coming next week with the bulk actions. I have it labeled bulk opportunity actions, but I kind of sort of think there's also bulk assignment actions in there as well.
Cool.
And the reason you're assigned to all of your contacts, Don, has to be because you're sitting in a campaign configuration someplace as a user.
All right, who else? Any last minute questions?
Did something change with the agency snapshot? This is Jim. Agency snapshot, because my agency snapshot, my agency funnel changed. Like it went back to all the old pictures instead of the custom pictures that I put in the funnel. I know a lot of things changed in the snapshot because stuff came over. There's new forms in there, and I guess you guys must have pushed up an update.
Yeah, but we wouldn't have pushed it to your account automatically.
Well, I have new stuff in there that I never had before. And I have the old pictures of that girl.
That's interesting. I would like to have, can you reach out to support and jump on with them and just have somebody run that down? Because we do keep old copies of funnels around. I think we keep like the last 5 versions, specifically because sometimes people want to roll back because they've made some catastrophic, that change or something. And we sort of a back end a way to do that. It'd sure be nice to look at that and see
Such a appointment for support.
Yeah, absolutely. Please do. And you know what? If you actually, tell you what, let me, just in case it happens to be like something that needs a little bit more attention, I just dropped Ian's, Ian runs the support team. I just dropped his calendar in there. Can you grab a time on his calendar real quick?
Yes.
He should have something like today or tomorrow at the latest.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Oh, he is today.
Hey, Chase, I got a private question from someone to help differentiate between the agency premium jumpstart versus the $300 option. Is that with Abby, Chase?
Yeah. So I think it's a matter of time, right? The HC Jumpstart gets you much more time. I'd have to look it up. Hang on. HT Jumpstart gets you 1 month of the free upgrade to premium HC plan, 4 to 5 sessions of consulting.
Yeah, they're trying to differentiate between the $1,000 package versus a $300 package. What's the ultimate difference? And could they actually do that for end clients as well?
Well, the Jumpstart has 1,000 and 3,000.
Okay.
Unless they're referring to something. Oh, so the premium agency unlimited is the 300 a month. That's a different. The premium service upgrade, that's the top tier support, right? Robin or Sean?
Oh, sorry. My bad.
Go through the marketplace right now.
Yep.
The 300 a month is the premium support, right?
Correct. Yep. You got it.
And an
And
HT.
what does that? What does that all come with? The $300 monthly. What is that?
It's dedicated, so it's 24-hour SLA, access to a dedicated representative. Basically, you have a problem, you call your person, they get back to you ASAP.
Got it. And the $1,000 one?
$1,000, like, hey, you know what? I don't need somebody every month all the time. I just need somebody who can get on with me, get HighLevel all set up to go, train my team, basically get us completely operational before they hand the keys over to me.
Got it.
Yeah, so that's the good way to differentiate it is HC Jumpstart is awesome for agencies just getting started. So all that initial setup learning curve, that will just get you right through that and you'll be ready to go. Versus the premium support is like, Melissa was a great example. She's doing a lot of reselling of HighLevel as white labeled software. So she needs to know, hey, I need to be able to call somebody if I get a question and get a quick turnaround on that answer long term.
Got it. Cool.
All right, let me take one last pass in Facebook. As long forms are becoming very popular these days, do you guys have any survey add-ons for the future?
Servers are already available, right?
Yeah, he said survey add-ons.
Wait, what was the first part of the question?
As long forms become very popular these days, do you guys have any survey add-ons for the future?
I think we need a little more clarification on that.
Yeah, I think maybe he's thinking about like with like a jot form or a type form, they have their own little modules that you can throw in there.
Well, yeah, so I'd be curious. I think the bigger question is which ones?
Mm-hmm.
So
in general, I would say, yeah, you take it to the ideas board, and if everybody else agrees, then we would build it into the survey. And a good example of that, who asked that, Alex, is attachable files is an addition that's going to be applied to the survey builder. Perhaps when we get to the PandaDocs e-signature thing, you might be able to put an e-signature block in a survey. I don't know, but these are types of things I think we're talking about.
So that actually, I kind of thought of that too. Like, maybe as a middle step, you could actually just throw a signature in on a form and like see, like, I wonder how close to the use case that would get, right? Like, so I'm just kind of curious. I'm curious about those things, but like, yeah, but I think that's a good idea.
Alrighty, who else? All right, I guess we can wrap it up there. Don't forget, Friday we have a guest for a live spotlight session at the same time, 2 p.m.
Dude, not even just a guest, right? Like, isn't that Rand Fishkin?
Yeah.
Dude, he's like huge.
He's definitely one of the founding fathers, I would say, of the industry.
I would agree with that. So that's amazing. Good job scoring that interview, Chase.
Yeah, it should be a lot of fun. His new tool is really cool, and I don't think they've done a good job of explaining what it does. So I think it's going to be a great interview.
That's awesome. Well, thanks everybody. We'll keep dropping the updates and just keep telling us what you need, and we'll make it happen for you. Have a great rest of your day. Bye.
See you later, everyone.
Bye.